Welcome back to Channel 1. My name is T, and today we're going to do a little build video, show you how to make a pretty cool looking Gauntlet Classic. Now, I know a lot of YouTubers will go out and they'll go buy the fresh car, start from scratch and do it. And number one, I don't have lots of money. As you can see, I kind of go make my money as I need it, so I don't have enough money to just go out and buy all these cars. Plus, I've got every garage space possible, and I think I've only got about 5 spots left, so I'm like pretty much full. So I'm going to take an existing car and show you how I made it. So I'm going to take the Gauntlet Classic and make it look like I forget what year, like 71ish or something, Dodge Challenger. You can make this thing look like the Cuda, you can make it look like the Challenger, you can make it totally custom. Let's see if I can get in here. Freaking idiots closed it down. Oh nice, it's still open.
What brings you in today?
Let's hope that guy didn't just follow in to frickin' kill this guy and close the LS Customs down. So there you can see that's what it's gonna look like when we're done here. So I'll go through all the options and show you. Of course, armor, that's up to you. When I'm trying to do like realistic cars, I don't throw armor and stuff on because I'm just trying to make it look like a realistic car. I got the best brakes you can do because like your brake options don't really do that much anyways. Stupid cat, sorry about that. Bumpers, so front bumper, I'm just going the bolted stock, that's as realistic and close to real as you can get, because well, bumpers had bolts that hold them on back in the day, so they weren't all plastic back then, they were metal. Hang on, I just gotta like do something with this cat here. Get away from that. Frickin' cats. My mic is so sensitive, it picks up all the sounds what the cats do. So for rear, we got bolted stock with overriders. You can go either or, I don't know why, but I wish they had I don't know what they call them, overriders. I don't remember them being called that, but I wish they had them on the front bumper. They don't. But anyways, yeah, I went with that for on here. Hey, real preacher, how's it going and stuff? Yeah, you can ask away. Chassis, because I'm going for a stock build, so I'm not going any roll cage or nothing. Plus, I want just the stock seats and stuff. Engine maxed out all the way. Exhaust, I go for... Do I sin? I am sin, buddy. I go for the box exhausts because these cars had like a rectangular exhaust on them from factory back in the day, so that's what I go for. Normally, in a lot of my cars, I'll go stock exhaust when I'm doing realistic builds, because one thing I hate about this game on cars is the flames that shoot out the back. Like, you're not going to get flames shooting out of the back of a stock carbureted engine, like, but this car doesn't matter. Every exhaust does it. A lot of cars, once you go from stock exhaust, you get that, but yeah, I can't get around it on this one. Like, I wish they would just make that an option, the shooting flames out of the exhaust. Oh, why can't you sin, real preacher? Explosives don't matter. Front fenders, we're not going to go with nothing. Like on the Cuda build, I go for these vents, but yeah, on the Challenger, nothing on there. Grill, you got lots of options. Weird. Sometimes these headlights don't show up on this one, but like stock, that's the one I go for on the Cuda build. But yeah, it's close to the Challenger. It's kind of upside down, but that's as close as you can get to that Challenger look. Hood, again, you got lots of options. I'll go through. That's a stock hood, which is like a weird shaker scoop that I've never seen on a car. Snorkel, carbon, ridgeline, that I guess that would be like a stock plain hood. I'm not a big Dodge guy, so I don't know. But that's the one I want there. That's as close to what I want for my Challenger with the dual snorkels. I'll just show you the other hoods just to be real quick here. Like, that's more like a Dodge Charger type hood right there. Then you got these with the blowers hanging out, which I'll do my Cuda build another day. That one I run this one on, which I'll explain when I show that. But yeah, that's the hood we want. Thanks, you have a wonderful day too. If I want, so me they will have. I think you might have did a typo there. I'm sorry, I don't understand what you're saying, but I hope you have a good day, bud. Horn, I'm just keeping stock horn. Lights, I always keep stock lights, unless it's like something newer and more modern, because yeah, that just, I'm trying to go for a stock, as stockish as I can get on here. Livery, now we got lots of options for livery. Like, it could be just plain without, but this, again, is as close to what I could find for what these Challengers would have had on them. It wouldn't have faded out this side stripe, but, you know, it's good enough. I'll just show you what else. That's what I use in my CUDA build right there. Racing stripes. Did Dodge even use racing stripes? I don't think so. I don't know. Sorry, I'm checking my cats. Those are kind of cool, but not for anything I need. Flame one is nice if you're going for a custom build. Lots like race car type liveries, but anyways, yeah, that's the one we're going for on this car here. Always make sure if you buy a car, you get this automatically. If you pick up a car off the street, make sure you put your full coverage and tracker on it. Plate, I like to go for plates depending on like era of the car, like mid to mid-ish 60s and older, I go for the black plate. Late 60s up into the 70s, I go for the blue plate. The exempt plate I use, you know, for like specialized vehicles, weaponized vehicles. This I use for kind of like 80s and 90s vehicles, and this is for the most current one. So again, I went with the blue one on this because that's what I use for, you know, 60s, 70s plates. Rear fenders. The single vent, that doesn't look like anything Dodge had, but that's as close as I could get to what this car has for little vents in front of the rear wheels. Primary color, it just went grace red on this. What did I have? I don't even know what I'm rocking for a second. Oh, I got the matte black. Matte black for the secondary color, that gets you the matte black on the around the headlights and taillights. I wish you can't do like black on one or the other. You want it does both. Like I wish you could have the black on the back and then the body color on the front. That's how it should be, but you cannot mix it up like that. Trim color. I love cars where you can do the interior color. This car, because that's how it is, it's just basically black, but yeah. My CUDA is really nice. It's plum crazy purple out with the white interior. Oh my, it looks really good. Crew emblem, just so you can see where it goes right there in the side. I don't use that pretty much ever on anything. Roof, you got lots of options on this. You got secondary color as your stock option, which I think is kind of dumb. Then with a primary sun strip, I don't like sun strips on the old classic cars. Louvers, which I don't run on this car. My CUDA's got louvers. Primary roofs, you know, that looks good right there. Vinyl roof, for those of you who don't know, like 60s, 70s, 80s vinyl roofs are really popular, so that's what I went for on this one here. You got like, they call it the roof setup, which has the louvers and the sun strip. I wish you could have the vinyl with just the louvers without that stupid sun strip, but that is not an option on here, sadly. So yeah, that's why I would have put the louvers on if it wasn't for that. Skirts, I don't know, this is like a matter of choice. Like that's too thick. I looked up pictures. Like I always look up pictures and research when I do these, and there's just nothing, you know, that thick on these cars. They either had like nothing, or you go for the primary custom skirt. But I wanted something thinner, and this is the only one that's thin, so that's the one I went for. Spoiler, we got lots of options. This is like very close to what the stock spoiler was on this car. That one's good for like on the CUDA. Depending on the model and stuff, some of them have no spoilers. I've got 4 of these cars. They're all done a little bit different. Like this spoiler here was on the Challengers and Chargers and the Superbirds and all that kind of crap. They didn't come on Challengers. Nuki bro, how's it going? I'm just doing this quick build here, then I'm going to start up a new stream. Suspension, I like to keep it stock on this because, well, I'm going for the stock look. Just so you can see how it looks all the way down. One trick a lot of people don't seem to know that I've realized is when you're doing a car that you're driving around in free mode all the time. Like, unless you just want to look cool, the competition or the lowest one, it makes it so bouncy when you're going fast. Like, I don't like to go lower than street suspension on cars I use, you know, for ripping around daily and free mode and stuff. But this, because we're going for a stock look, we're going stock suspension. Transmission's maxed out. I did not go for the turbo because you can't see under the hood, but I really hate on cars and you know, you pop the hood and you can clearly tell there's no turbo on it, and then you got the option for turbo. Like, I wish they would put turbo under the hood when you put turbo on, and like I say, there's nothing on this, so under the hood for turbo, so I did not go turbo. Plus, back in the 70s, you know, people weren't rocking turbos everywhere. Wheels. Now, for those of you who don't know this wheel, which is El Jefe, this is like one of the very common Dodge Rally wheels back in the day, which were just, you know, that basic gray or silver color, so that's what I went for. What is it? Yeah, just the alloy color. That they would have been, you know, like painted a silver color. Tires, went for the white letter tires, because again, back 60s, 70s, 80s, that was really popular to run the white letter tires. And not too much is up here. I'm just sitting here and stuff. Nuki bro, I know I say your name wrong, but that's just how I do it. Windows, I go no tint because, you know, back in the day that just wasn't a thing. I wish too you could tint just, you know, the back 3 windows, because I don't know what it's like where you live, but where I live, you cannot tint your side windows, like your front door windows or your windshield, but you can go limo tint on the back 3. So I wish they had that as an option on this game. And that is pretty much it. So that's how you build, you know, your Dodge Challenger out of the Gauntlet Classic. We'll take her for just a quick rip here, and then I'm going to end this here video. I didn't want to go over 10 minutes, but clearly I took too long. Now you can hear it's got a really nice... Whoa, everyone just left. It's got a really nice sounding idle. Revving it up sounds not too bad. I think so many cars, they just sound so generic when you rev them up, but idling, like, it's got a pretty nice sounding idle to it. Even without the turbo, we got no problem spinning the wheels. As pretty much all muscle cars can go, we can do the wheelie. Doesn't go too straight. And I got the suspension all the way up, and it's still a pretty decent handling car. See, where I live, I just gotta quickly respond to this comment. It's changed, I think, now, but when I was like a teenager, the province next over to me, because I live in Canada, we have provinces, not states, you could have limo tint on all your side and back windows, and I think it was like 20% of your windshield, like, you know, a strip along the top. So a lot of people, and because back in the day, the province next to us, their insurance was like a fraction of our insurance, so they would go get insurance from the next province over, get cheap insurance, and they could limo tint their side door windows and not get a ticket for it. But again, I'm pretty sure that's changed now. And honestly, dark limo tint in the sides, like driving at night, it's hard to see. It's not fun. I have driven cars like that. Like even when you got limo tint in the back and you're trying to back up, like it does make it challenging. But yeah, I'll go for a quick little rip here in this thing, and then we'll end this here video. Oh, it doesn't usually. I got a little bit there up on 2 wheels. That doesn't usually happen in this car. I've never tried, or have I, putting low grips in one of these. I wonder if they'd be a good drift car. Maybe I have. I've probably even made a video on it already. I don't know. Yeah, without the turbo though, it is noticeably slower. I've got my Cuda when I got the blower on it and I put the turbo on it. And that thing, like, it's noticeably faster. Oh, you piece of crap. Can do what they call the double clutching on this game. It's not really double clutching, like, I don't know why they call it. People who call it double clutching or first started calling it that obviously don't know nothing about cars, but it's basically just dropping a gear and dumping the clutch is what it is. But it works really good on this car. It's a nice looking car other than that idiot that just smashed into me. But yeah, I like building, clean, realistic looking muscle cars, and a lot of like when I get a new car, first thing I do is just try to find out what it's supposed to look like what it's based on in real life, and then I try to build it to look as stock as possible, then I go from there. But that is pretty much it for the Gauntlet Classic slash Dodge Challenger. It would look better if my hood wasn't all smashed up. Well, I'll give you a quick look under the hood here quickly. Let's just go all... See, as you can see, like, you can tell, like, you got the air filter. There's no way a turbo can be hidden on this car because there's nothing feeding forced air into where the carburetor is. But got a nice Hemi block going in there, and pretty plain looking trunk. Interior's nice. It's got the wood grain accents. That was really popular back in the day. But yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna be ending this and just starting up a regular stream, and I got a little bit of a rant I got to do in that stream about the state of GTA Online right now because of certain problems. But yeah, I'm gonna end this. Thanks for joining me. I hope you come check out my other stream, and have a good day. Stuff.